Kiss is one of the most iconic bands in the history of rock music. It's been a major influence on countless musicians over the years, but despite their massive popularity, there are some who just can't seem to get behind one of their members. So what's the deal with Mick Mars? Let's find out together. Kiss has been around since the 70s, selling over 100 million records worldwide. From their makeup and costumes to their explosive live shows, Kiss is a band that's always been about spectacle and showmanship. But there's one member of Kiss that seems to rub a lot of rockers the wrong way, and that's none other than Mick Mars. There's no doubt that Mick is an incredible musician and performer, and he's written some of the band's biggest hits over the years, but for some reason, there are plenty of rockers out there who just can't stand him. To understand why he's so polarizing, we have to go back to the early days of Motley Crue. Mick was one of the founding members of the band, along with Tommy Lee, Vince Neil, and Nikki Sixx. Motley Crue and Kiss share a connection beyond being fellow rock bands. In the early 1980s, Motley Crue was heavily influenced by Kiss, often wearing their makeup and costumes during shows. As Motley Crue gained popularity, they developed their own identity, but still respected and admired Kiss. The two bands continue to share a connection, with Kiss joining Motley Crue on stage to pay tribute to their legacy during their farewell tour in 2015. From the very beginning, Mick is a bit of an oddball. Mick's personality. One of the main reasons is his personality. Mick has always been the quiet, reserved member of Motley Crue. While the rest of the band members were partying and living the rock and roll lifestyle to the fullest, Mick was always more reserved. He didn't drink or do drugs, and he rarely spoke to the press or interacted with fans. For some rockers, this made Mick seem standoffish and aloof. They felt that he was too focused on his own playing and didn't care about connecting with other musicians or fans. In fact, some rockers have gone so far as to call Mick a jerk or a prima donna because of his attitude. Mick's guitar playing. Another reason is his guitar playing. Now before we dive into this, it's important to note that Mick is an incredibly talented guitarist. He's been playing since he was a teenager and has developed a unique style that's all his own. However, for some reason, Mick's playing just doesn't resonate with some rockers. They think that his solos are too long and self-indulgent and that he doesn't play well with others. They also feel that he doesn't bring the same level of energy and showmanship to his playing that other guitarists do. To be fair though, some of this criticism might be rooted in personal taste. After all, music is subjective, and what one person loves, another might hate. However, it's also worth noting that Mick's guitar playing does have some quirks that might turn off some rockers. For example, Mick is known for using a lot of distortion and effects in his playing. While this can create some interesting sounds and textures, it can also be seen as a crutch that he relies on too heavily. Additionally, some rockers have criticized Mick's playing for being too clinical or sterile. They feel that he doesn't put enough emotion or feeling into his playing and that he's too focused on technique and precision. Mick's image. Mick has always had a unique look, with his long straight hair, top hat, and sunglasses, and while some people love it, others find it off-putting. For some rockers, Mick's image is just too gimmicky. They feel that he's trying too hard to be different and that his look doesn't really fit with the rest of the band. Additionally, some rockers have criticized Mick for not updating his image over the years. While other members of Motley Crue have changed their look and style to reflect the times, Mick has largely stayed the same. However, Mick's image is a big part of his brand. Fans love him for his unique look and style, and it's helped to set him apart from other guitarists in the industry. In the end, it's important to remember that all of these criticisms are subjective. Mick is an incredibly talented guitarist and has made a huge impact on the world of rock music. Remember that there are always two sides to every story. While some rockers might not like his playing or his image, there are plenty of others who consider him one of the greatest guitarists of all time.